Dawn breaks over Alcatraz, the infamous rock. Fog hangs heavy, wrapping the island in a cold, damp embrace. Waves crash relentlessly against its shores, a constant reminder of its isolation. From above, the prison looks like a ghost ship, adrift in the San Francisco Bay. Inside these walls, a plan, years in the making, is about to unfold. This is the story of Frank Maurice, John Anglin, and Clarence Anglin. The only men to ever escape Alcatraz and vanish without a trace. For nearly 2 years, they worked in the shadows, their every move a calculated risk against the most secure prison in America. Their goal was simple: freedom, but their methods were nothing short of genius. It all started with a spoon, a simple, everyday spoon, stolen from the mess hall. Night after night, in the dim light of their cells, they scraped and chipped away at the crumbling concrete around their ventilation grates. The sound was masked by Morris playing his accordion during the designated music hour. It was a slow, grueling process. Each spoonful of debris was carefully collected and disposed of, flushed down the toilet or hidden in their pockets and scattered in the yard. To hide their work from the guards' prying eyes, they created dummy heads. Using a mixture of soap, toilet paper, and concrete dust, they sculpted lifelike faces. They even used real human hair, swept from the prison barbershop floor, to make them utterly convincing. At night, they'd place these heads on their pillows, tucked under blankets, fooling the guards on their hourly patrols into thinking they were sound asleep. This simple trick bought them precious hours of uninterrupted work. While they dug, another part of the plan was taking shape. The men needed a way to cross the treacherous, icy waters of the bay. Their solution was ingenious. Over several months, they managed to steal more than 50 raincoats from the prison workshops. Back in their cells, they used stolen glue and painstakingly stitched the coats together, creating inflatable rafts and life preservers. To seal the seams, they used heat from the prison's own steam pipes, essentially vulcanizing the rubber. It was a masterclass in resourcefulness, turning the prison's own supplies against it. The escape route itself was a terrifying prospect, a narrow utility corridor that ran behind their cells. Once they broke through their cell walls, they had to climb 3 stories up through this dark, dusty shaft, navigating a maze of pipes and wires to reach the prison roof. This was the point of no return. On the night of June 11th, 1962, the time had come. With a storm brewing over the bay, they placed their dummy heads in their bunks, squeezed through the holes in their walls for the last time, and vanished into the darkness of the utility corridor. They climbed to the roof, carrying their makeshift rafts and a concertina-like accordion that they modified into a pump. Under the cover of fog and darkness, they inflated their rafts and slipped into the frigid, churning water. The next morning, the guards made a shocking discovery. The dummy heads, the holes in the walls, the empty cells. The alarm bells rang across Alcatraz, shattering its reputation as an inescapable fortress. A massive manhunt was launched, one of the largest in FBI history. The Coast Guard scoured the bay, searching for any sign of the men. Days later, pieces of their raft and a life preserver washed ashore on Angel Island. A wallet containing names and photos was also found. But the men themselves, Te Waragone. The official story is that they drowned in the cold, strong currents. Their bodies, swept out to the Pacific Ocean, were never recovered. It was the perfect ending for the legend of Alcatraz. Prison always wins, even when its inmates escape. But is that what really happened? For decades, questions have lingered. The Anglin family has long claimed that the brothers survived. They've produced Christmas cards allegedly signed by John and Clarence, and stories of sightings in Brazil have persisted. In 2013, a letter surfaced, supposedly written by an elderly John Anglin. In it, he claimed that all 3 men survived the escape, but that he was now dying of cancer. The FBI tested the letter for DNA and fingerprints, but the results were inconclusive. And then there's the photograph. A photo taken in Brazil in 1975 allegedly shows 2 men who bear a striking resemblance to John and Clarence Anglin. Forensic experts have analyzed it, with some concluding that it is highly likely to be them. Did they make it to South America and live out their lives in freedom? The fate of Frank Maurice and the Anglin brothers remains one of America's greatest unsolved mysteries. Were they consumed by the unforgiving waters of the San Francisco Bay, or did they pull off the impossible outsmarting the system and vanishing into thin air to live lives of quiet freedom. The empty cells on Alcatraz stand as a silent testament to their audacity. The rock was meant to crush the human spirit, but for 3 men, it only fueled their determination to be free. What do you think happened to them? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more unsolved mysteries.